What's up, whiskey fans, and welcome back to another video. Today we are headed over to Ireland to put these two whiskies head to head. So cue the intro and let's get tasting. Folks, welcome back to another head-to-head video. So in the green corner, not because it's green, but because it is the green corner, we have the Bushmills 10-year-old single malt Irish whiskey. And in the blue corner, we have the Dingle single malt Irish whiskey. Now, both whiskies have been matured in bourbon and sherry casks, so I thought, what better way than to put them head to head. If we head over to the Bushmills. Now, first look comes in a really cool square container, well, just as Bushmills would. It has a very sort of the traditional Bushmills square bottle and has a lovely sort of goldeny color to it. This is a 10-year-old age statement whiskey. And it says, single malt Irish whiskey aged in bourbon and sherry casks, creating an elegant whiskey with rich flavors of honey and vanilla and Bushmills' signature smoothness. Now, Bushmills, as you know, is the world's oldest licensed distillery, so it has been around forever. This is a 43% ABV whiskey and comes in at roughly around 650 Rand. So not too bad on the pocket. If we move over to this side, this is the Dingle single malt Irish whiskey. It does come in a sort of round, sort of shortish bottle. It is 46.3% ABV and is a non-age statement whiskey, and will probably set you back roughly around, I think it's 750 to 800 Rand for the bottle. It does sort of have a also golden color, but slightly more darker than the Bushmills 10. On the back, it says, we believe that small is beautiful. We wouldn't want it any other way. It allows us to craft our whiskey exactly as we want here in Dingle. Beyond the distillery, there is nothing but the Atlantic Ocean for almost 4,000 miles. Our whiskey is distilled at the edge, literally. Like every process in its journey from malted barley to the contents of this bottle, the cut from heads to heart is done by hand. Truly hand cut from the edge. So that is the Dingle. This is triple distilled as well, and like I said, 750 to 800 Rand depending on where you buy it. Also not a bank breaker. It is slightly more expensive than the Bushmills, and the Bushmills is an age statement whiskey, so as far as sort of pricing goes, I would tend to fall more on the Bushmills, but you know what, it's all about tasting and not about pricing and look. So in my green glass here, I do have the Bushmills 10, and in my blue glass here, I do have the Dingle single malt. So let's pop on the blindfold, mix them around, and get tasting. Guys, just again, as I do this, I would like to thank every single one of you for watching my channel, viewing my channel, liking my channel, subscribing to my channel. It's because of you that I get to bring you all of this amazing content, whiskey content all of the time, and I do really do appreciate it. So if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. And yeah, okay, let's just find the glasses here. One here, one here. Let's go with this one first. Definitely a caramel, vanilla-y, sort of light char whiskey. Also getting somewhat of a sort of like a Caribbean fruitiness. Smells very similar to a rum cask or a Caribbean cask. Does have those tropical sort of notes to it. Okay. Whoa. This one has got sort of a also vanilla-y but a light spice. Sort of like ginger. It sort of does have sort of a citrusy, light citrusy nose to it. A little bit of lemon, maybe lemon zest. And very, not florally, but sort of, you know, when you walk past the flowers in a shop, you kind of get that like whiff of floral sort of sense. So even though they have been matured in similar barrels, they do have very different noses to them. So, Slancha. This is super soft, super smooth. The caramel, vanilla flavors just come out in the palate. A little bit of charness there. And a very sort of... What is that? Thing I'm tasting, like a pear, poached pear almost, or cooked pear. Cooked pear there. Sort of a light fruity flavor to it. It does have sort of a medium to long sort of spicy finish. It's actually really, really great tasting. Number 2. Wow. This is a lot softer and a lot smoother than this. The flavors in this have a sort of ground spice, vanilla. What else is there? I'm going to say a little bit of nuttiness, roasted nuts in here. I do... This does have a little bit of a more intense finish than this. So not as long as this, but definitely has a more sort of warming finish to this. It's a really, really tough call because I really enjoy both of them. Where this one lacks, this one shows off, and where this one lacks, this one shows off. So it's a really tough call, but I think for me, based on flavors, I'm gonna go with this one here. For me, the flavors are just a little bit more enhanced than this one. This one took me 1 or 2 sips to kind of just let the flavors open up and work a little bit, but I definitely prefer that one that I've placed over there. For me, out of the two, I definitely prefer that one. So, this one is the blue glass, which makes today's winner the Dingle. I must be honest, it is actually really, really tasty. The flavors pop, the flavors burst. It has a great nose to it. Not to say that the Bushmills doesn't. The Bushmills is fantastic. But from a blind tasting point of view, I'm definitely going to have to go with the Dingle. It is slightly more expensive than the Bushmills. But for me, today's winner, the Dingle Single Malt Irish Whiskey. But guys, thanks very much for watching. Go and get yourselves a bottle of Dingle. If you have not tried it, try it. It is absolutely fantastic. I really did enjoy it in this blind tasting. But thanks again for watching. Please, if you have not subscribed, subscribe. It is because of you guys that I can bring you the latest and the greatest in in whiskey news and whiskey tastings and reviews. So please do all of that. I am on all the other social media platforms. But yeah, until next time, cheers for now.